Hey guys! Welcome back to the main story! Or the update patch of 3.1. As goes light, so goes darkness. We are here with our good old buddies in the Fort Town Manor with the two people who just are always standing there, always listening to all the secrets. And I'm wearing the Final Fantasy XI outfit because, I don't know, something about it caught us. So I'm going to wear it for a little bit. Probably not that long, but at least for the main story update. Which starts with an uncertain future. Oh, that's a great start. What do we get? Hot chocolate, creme brulee, almond cream croissant, urchin loaf. What do these do? Spell speed, piety, spell speed. So creme brulee is the one that'll be useful for me. A vanilla flavoured egg custard that is drenched in a sweet syrup. The syrup is then heated with a fire crystal until creating a crisp brown shell. Of all of them, I'd probably rather have the croissant. Ugh. But, okay. Right, let's actually accept. Alphinaud wishes to share the latest developments in the search for the missing scions. Brilliant. Yeah, there is still a few missing. Fortuitous timing as ever, Alex. Tataru was about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. If you'd be so kind, then. Absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Riol and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Fulharman helped me to escape the Crystal Braves in Limsa, only to then disappear? Well, according to Riol, she crept aboard a ship for Radazahan, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Ida and Popolimo, well, the remains of their link pearls have been found, and in the Pearl Lane of all places. Riol thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain they fled the city short after, though we don't have any clue where they went. Well, that means they're alive at least. I see. And what of Thancred and Minfilia? I'm afraid I've got nothing new to share about those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the services of a Sharlayan scholar, one of the students of Baldesion, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar if time permits. But first, we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir Emmerich has summoned the two of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wishes to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming that you have no objections, Alex, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. And mayhap we can meet with the scholar afterwards. Agreed? Oh, someone joined my party. What? In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Night for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know. How has someone joined my party? That's weird. Okay, sure. Yeah, that was because... Yeah, you just sit there. Well, I needed glamour prisms to make this. And you need armor crafting for the boots. They are literally zero right now in the marketplace, and I'm not a crafter, so I'm not making it. So I had to actually ask on the party finder, which is weird. But whatever, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I want to go to the bar place. There, the Forgotten Night. I always think that for some reason, whenever it's Emmerich, it's like the big church place, and no, that's stupid. I mean, he's important. Not that important. Hello, Alfie. Good invariably triumphs over evil in fairy tales, yet they are conspicuously reticent about what follows. True. Happily ever after, normally. The Lord Commander is within. Pray proceed, sir. Voice acting? I've always got to ask.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
Yay!
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
Nah, best get it out the way.
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited.
Oops! Ah well!
Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed.
A very noble way of looking at it.
I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number questioned our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the Broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order. But such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen while there's a big black dragon who's very, very, very angry right now out there.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of XIV. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
That is a good idea! I am all for that idea, because I am actually friends with several of the dragons from XIV. Yes, peace!
XIV? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard.
I don't like that idea.
Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor?
I will, but...
Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
It's nice to have like a unique looking outfit for once.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens.
That might have worked better if it was night time. That shocked me. I didn't expect him to have a monologue-y moment. Oh god, no.
Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
It's gonna take a lot to take him down. Especially now he has both eyes. The journey at least should pose little difficulty this time. I know little of the lands these dragons call home, this Annex Shrine. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem a far more daunting prospect. I confess, I myself once shuddered at the thought of it. Yet, even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? Ah, but ere we set forth, I must needs inform my comrades of our plan. Very well, I shall see to my preparations. Then let us go and bid farewell to Tataru, Alex. Okay. Traversing the Western Highlands calls for warmer clothing, yet there are only so many layers one can fit under plate armor. True. Ah, Tataru's moved back here. Which outfit you gonna have on today? Ah, it's that one again. Hi! She can wave, I can wave too. I thought you might want to tell her, or would you rather I did all the talking? Ha, funny. So, what was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. A diplomatic mission to Annex Shrine, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Vidofnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Yoshtola in Idleshire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragon is terribly important and everything, but this scholar just happens to be... time permitting, as I said. We shall endeavour to join Yoshtola, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. I know who this person is, but okay, let's pretend I don't. Let us be off, Alex. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough. Well, let no one say I didn't try. It's Minfilia's best friend person. Oh, did I spoil it? At least I'm sure it is. I could be wrong. Who knows? One task at a time, Alex. Besides, I have no doubt Yoshtola can look after the scholar by herself. You are ready then? Good, so am I. Creme. If you and Master Alphino would be so kind as to lead the way. Breaking the cycle! Lucia is waiting for you to lead the way to Annex Shrine. The path is long but known to us. From Falcon's Nest we shall cross the Western Highlands and make for Tailfeather in the Dervanian Forelands. There we can stop to rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. Alright, off to Tailfeather. Bum bum ba dum ba da 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 dun 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 ba ba ba. Ba ba ba. This still upsets me. The chocobo cages. Don't worry, I'm coming. I could have pressed the run button at any time, but I'm gonna do that instead. Strange. This is only my third visit to Tailfeather, yet the first feels as though it were a lifetime ago. I always imagined that the first time I set foot upon Dravanian soil would be at the head of an army, and here I am, ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Full well do we know how difficult it can be to set aside the past. Though it was I who first proposed recruiting Izel to our cause, I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them, and for a long time after that. Here was a woman with the blood of innocence on her hands, men, women, and children, all slain in the name of the implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in a common cause. At our side, she fought in service to the greater good, even unto her dying breath. And while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. You ask much, Master Alphino, yet who can say what might come to pass should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, of course. We must press on to Annex Shrine, if you would follow me. Alright, where are we going? Oh wow, straight to Annex. Then I'm gonna just cheat. Why fly that distance when I can teleport? Well, to be fair, it would save us money, but it wouldn't save us time. And time is money. Ah, that's a very poignant thought, actually. Huh. I'm rather pleased with myself. Oh, I wish there was more quests here. Oh, right. They're on the higher floors. Wonder where everyone's going. Everyone does seem to be heading somewhere in like a hurry. Okay, sure. Queer, if you would. Actually, no wait. It seems more fitting. You can get to see the ghost dragon. Which is basically just not very well coded. There he is! Hi, ghost dragon! Now, I can't remember what floor she's on. It must be the other floor. It's always difficult finding the exact right point when it's like an up and down. Oh! Hello! More dragons! Have these been here the whole time? And that's the one that you get that the new mount has been released of. Which is more wyvern, but still. There's a blue dragon. Well, hello guys, I guess.